Welcome to the 96th Annual NFHS Summer Meeting and the opening general session. This year, more than 11 million young people across America participated in high school athletics and performing arts activities. In this afternoon's program, we will celebrate those many young people as we recognize a few of those outstanding individuals live on stage. Included in this afternoon's show will be the recipients of the National High School Spirit of Sport Award and the National High School Heart of the Arts Award, along with the inaugural Alumnus Interview. In addition, you will see live We Are High School performances by the St. Rita of Cascia High School Jazz Band from Chicago, as well as by Jesuit High School from right here in New Orleans. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eddie Bonine, Executive Director of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association.
On behalf of the LHSAA and our host committee, I want to welcome you to New Orleans in the 96th Annual NFHS Summer Meeting. We have an outstanding week planned for you that will educate you, entertain you, inspire you. Speaking of entertainment and inspiration, the opening general session will do both. As we recognize our nation's high school students, we want to thank the Chicago St. Rita Cascia Jazz Band for playing music as you enter the ballroom. So please, would you join me in a well-deserved round of applause for them.
Last year, the NFHS started the National High School Heart of the Arts Award to recognize a deserving individual in performing arts. Won't you please again direct your attention to one of the video screens as we play the videos for this year's Section Award winners and this year's National Heart of the Arts winner, Ethan Gray of Chicago, Illinois.
The Section 1 recipient is Molly Parker. Despite being profoundly deaf since age 2.5, Parker has distinguished herself in several areas. Involved in both theater and the arts, she attended a 2-week film camp for deaf students in which they produced films. The Section 2 recipient is Rachel Johnson. An exemplary student, Johnson excels in music, the visual arts, forensics, and theater. Despite facing challenging personal issues, Johnson maintained excellent work in the arts and in the classroom. Representing Section 3 is Brian Evans. Despite having 3 major medical issues, including being born at just 23 weeks and at 1 pound 6 ounces, Evans has grown up to be an exceptional musician. Representing Section 4 is Ethan Gray, who has dealt with sickle cell disease, thalassemia, and a stroke to become a very talented musician, actor, and artist. Highly accomplished in both the performing arts and athletics, Section 5 recipient Danielle Madrano has been a devoted caretaker to her mother, who has multiple sclerosis. From Section 6 comes Elizabeth Helen Martin, who, despite ongoing health issues and bullying, has distinguished herself as both a standout violinist and student. Kevin Verlat is this year's Section 7 recipient. One of the nation's leaders in speech and debate, Verlat is the longest-serving president of the Arizona Speech and Debate Coaches Association. And from Section 8 is Corey Berg, who overcame challenging circumstances to excel in the performing arts, athletics, and academics, including extensive work in choir. From the windy city of Chicago comes the story of an amazing young man. Ethan Gray, a recent graduate of St. Rita of Cascia High School, excels in music, theater, and art, all the while overcoming incredible odds.
Early on, In his preschool years, Ethan had a lot of struggles with his illnesses due to sickle cell thalassemia. As a result of that, he missed a lot of school time. Ethan's illnesses were repetitive, and which caused his immune system to really not develop as well as a normal kid's would. So I felt that if we would reduce his environment with regard to, germs and strenuous activities, then maybe his immune system would have a chance to develop, and therefore later on he would have an opportunity to go back into regular school.
Ethan, I would say, is a true quiet leader. If we had to look up in the dictionary what quiet leader means, I'd see a picture of Ethan, because he's well liked, he's respected by his peers, by the faculty and staff, and he just simply uses the gifts God has given him. And he just shows them to everyone. And even with all of his illnesses, there are so many students that never even knew, because he never dwelled on that. And he's just an unbelievable young man.
When he first was enrolled at St. Rita, immediately it was the band. And because the band starts up earlier than school, they actually start over the summer, they gave him an opportunity to meet different kids even before the regular school session started. And he was actually able to then learn about other extracurricular activities at the school, and he joined as many of them as he could in his first year, because he was just so excited about being, around other, kids his age and having the opportunity to be, quote unquote, normal.
Who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. Throws it back to the ball. Triple play. Another guy gets up, hits a long fly ball because. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a darn.
Ethan is a very talented actor. He doesn't come off as such necessarily. You're talking to him and he's kind of quiet and shy, and the second he steps on stage, he steps into his role. Most recently, he was Claudius in Hamlet, and Claudius is Hamlet's father, so it's a very distinguished, kingly character, which he stepped into very well.
Although music will always be part of Ethan's life, he plans to pursue a career in the visual arts.
I do landscapes. That's actually the first thing I started doing when I was like 9 and 10 years old. All the time while I was in my mom's car, and I'm going to the gym, I would draw the landscape I see out the window. So that was a skill I picked up early. But right now, I think I've been really into horror-themed drawings or comic book characters or just whatever's on the top of my head.
I believe Ethan has every chance in the world to do whatever he dreams of doing with his visual arts. He has really come into using his iPad a lot for doing his artwork. He's created a lot of his own characters, which I think is going to fall right in line with what he really wants to do. But he has a really solid drawing background too, so I think he's going to be really successful.
He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He's quiet at first, but once you get to know him, he's an amazing person.
It's extremely hard to think of him saying something rude about a person behind their back or being malicious or something in any way. He's like, whenever you need anything, he's always there to help out, and he usually doesn't expect anything in return, but it's not many people are like that, you know.
However, what makes Ethan's accomplishments truly remarkable is the fact that he has sickle cell disease and thalassemia.
My dad has the sickle cell trait, and my mom has the thalassemia trait. So me being that 1 in 4 child, I'm the one that got the sickle cell thalassemia. So I was that lucky one in the family, after 3 children in a row not having it, to get sickle cell thalassemia.
I'm very inspired by Ethan. Many times we talk about how teachers inspire students, but somebody like Ethan who has these, this disease and everything, and we didn't even know it really. I mean, I knew in the back of my brain he had it, but he doesn't show it. He just comes with a positive attitude all the time and works hard, and he's just one of those people that I can't believe the amount of pain that he goes through and the different things he's gone through, and he still keeps a smile on his face, shows up regularly, and, you know, does a great job for us.
Aside from a month-long hospital stay during his freshman year, Ethan remained relatively healthy for the first 2.5 years of his high school career. Ethan loved the theater as well, but something happened in April 2014 that would change his life forever.
Well, the day he had a stroke, he had, you know, been kind of tired, as he usually is. I mean, we'd all gotten used to that. But later on in rehearsal, he kind of just disappeared backstage for a while, and we went out to find him, and when we brought him back, he was just kind of very stoic.
I noticed myself kind of passing out. My hearing was going out, my vision was completely blurred, and I thought it was just like a normal fatigue, but then when I noticed I couldn't hear anymore and I was almost completely unconscious.
My wife gave me a call. I was at work. Upon getting the news, I, of course, made it right over to the hospital, and fortunately, he was in pretty good shape at that point, and they were still testing to find out what was going to be the outcome.
The stroke resulted in monthly transfusions becoming a lifelong reality for Ethan.
I mean, I have no idea. It's just my personality. I just really, I don't know if I take things too lightly. I kind of just go along with it, and if I make it out alive, then I'm perfectly happy with it.
Despite all that he's endured, Ethan somehow still finds time to give back to his community.
He participates in a whole variety of service opportunities through the youth group. We go to shut-ins homes and sing Christmas carols. He brings his guitar and he sings with us. Very service-oriented young man.
Ethan is all out who he is. He's an artist. He's a creative personality. He is a young man who is passionate about what he loves, and he goes about his business, and you kind of know who he is based on what his passions are.
I would like to tell everybody to just keep going, no matter what the situation. Go with the flow, especially no matter how bad it is. Just don't stress over it, and everything will be okay.
And so, in recognition of his many outstanding accomplishments and his ability to persevere in the face of adversity, Ethan Gray is the 2015 recipient of the National High School Heart of the Arts Award.
At this time, I would again invite NFHS Board President Tom Mezzanotte to come to the stage. Tom will be presenting a plaque to the school, and accepting for the school will be Father Tom McCarthy and Director of Bands Cindy Grady. And I would ask both of them to come to the stage at this time, along with Ethan's parents, Ariel and Elena Gray. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please recognize the 2015 National Heart of the Arts Award winner from St. Rita Cascia High School, Ethan Gray. Special recognition for Ethan's parents and for all their support, Ariel and Elena Gray. And at this time, we're going to ask Ethan to rejoin the St. Rita Jazz Band, and they're going to do a special number for us. And let's give the rest of the group an applause as they return to their seats. As Eddie mentioned earlier, Ethan and the entire 14-piece St. Rita Jazz Band will play now for us excerpts from I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables, in which Ethan will be playing the alto saxophone, and also Superstition by Stevie Wonder in which Ethan will be playing guitar. The St. Rita of Cascia Jazz Band.